Hey radio family, we've got a new way to win. ACJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with ACJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with ACJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play ACJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
One of the more disturbing stories I saw yesterday featured Elton John. This is the weirdest thing.
It is wild, isn't it?
I love that story.
I hate it. I don't know much about Elton John. I know he's an icon, but he was shopping in France at a sneaker store, and he had to use the bathroom. And I guess there wasn't a bathroom available to him, so he just decided to urinate he asked a security guard for a bottle, and he peed right there in the middle of the store.
They said he stepped away. He stepped away from the other patients.
Please. And he ended up kind of peeing on the floor a little bit because he didn't get it all in there.
But he had his staff clean it up.
Yeah.
I mean, what level of delusion do you have to be under to think that that's an appropriate measure for any reason?
Well, first
you're in a sneaker store?
He asked the owner if he could use the facilities, and the owner said, "We don't have one."
And then
what would you have him do, Riggins?
Go
Please.
Find another place.
I mean, that guy's probably lying. That guy probably lied.
Yeah.
The name of the store is Sugar Kicks. You know, Sugar Kicks has a bathroom.
And you wouldn't let Elton John pee in it?
They didn't know who he was.
Didn't know who he was.
Didn't know
Oh,
who
he didn't know?
Yeah.
Here's
he
my-
asked him what he does for a living, and he said, "I'm Elton John."
That's my
So he
favorite
ended up
part of the story.
taking a picture with the guy for his store and the whole thing. And the guy said he was nice other than that part.
Peeing on the floor. I mean, and he's like, the guy's in his 70s, right?
He had no alternative, Riggins. He had no other option.
That
can't
is
hold it
absolutely
anymore.
disgusting. He should be
Yeah.
arrested, I'm pretty sure.
In his 70s, he can't hold it anymore, Riggins. What do you want him to do?
Go find a bathroom?
Wait,
that's
there
elder
wasn't
abuse.
one.
Oh, I think he should be arrested. I think it's so gross. And because you're Elton John, I can tell, this is just sort of a pattern for him.
You let
without
me
knowing
do that
anything
in the
else.
store and see what happens.
right.
Please.
But what happens if I'm in the store and I look over and what about the other people in the store? They're just in Sugar Kicks checking out some sneakers. It's like, hey, is that guy peeing? Or is that guy peeing in the
on
middle of
the
the
floor?
store? Is that what are we doing? I am definitely going to say something in that scenario.
I'm guessing there weren't any other customers in the store. I'm guessing that even though the man may not have known what Elton John does for a living, they know that he's walking around with bodyguards, and that he probably sent them ahead to see if they could clear the store for him.
I don't know. The article said he took a few steps away from the other customers.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man. I don't care if you're Elton John or not. I don't want you peeing in the middle of the store around my kids or my wife or whatever.
Ace, you know, you would let Elton John pee in your living room.
That is
If he came in there and played some of his old stuff.
Well, if he performs,
Yeah.
if he's going to perform, it's a different scenario.
Or, if he just signed a songbook.
Something. And then today, the Alec Baldwin manslaughter trial begins in New Mexico. So Alec Baldwin is there at the court. He was there for some pre-trial proceedings yesterday, and he does not look happy to be there. So they said there's some increased security outside the courthouse just in case anything goes down. But those are just a few things that are now trending.
It is Tuesday, and that means it is time for Ace and TJ's group therapy. And today's group therapy is one of those classic cases where I can hear that one word that TJ has used as a male reaction so many times throughout the years. What?
What?
What? What did I do? I have a feeling a lot of women are going to know exactly what he did. Coming up next, hang on.
It's the Ace and TJ Show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Catrin. Catrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Catrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Catrin.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
What? That's the male reaction to today's group therapy. Coming up in just a second, less than 30 seconds away. But tonight, something very special happening on our Facebook page and live for Ace and TJ Radio family members. In Cornelius, North Carolina, we're going to be having the Paytons Promise Experience. Every Tuesday night, we have a different experience live on our Facebook page. Tonight, it's the Paytons Promise Experience with me and TJ and Riggins and a live audience, provided you show up. It's at Lost Worlds Brewing in Cornelius, North Carolina tonight. We get there at 6. Show starts at 7. If you're not in the area, you can watch it live on our Facebook pages. We just we talk a little bit about Payton's Promise, have some fun, tell some stories, have a great time, kind of interacting with everybody, and just putting on a little show for you. So
yeah, I didn't know there was a show. That's why
I'm just trying to give people a reason.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I don't really know what we're doing.
The show may be my protest.
Yeah, I don't know.
Against a show.
So
you never know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm overstating that show part, but I don't know
be
what
a
else to
Facebook
say.
show.
Yeah, there you go. So hey, please come just hang out with us and have a beer tonight. 6 o'clock, Lost Worlds Brewing, Cornelius, North Carolina. We'll tell you more about it here coming up.
It may not be the best therapy, but it's free.
You need many years of therapy.
This is group therapy on the Ace and TJ show.
I'm in love with this. I've been in love with it since we got it last week. You can always DM us if you have a situation that needs help and you need some advice for group therapy. All right, so this lady says, my husband and I have been married for 7 years. We have a child and everything has been pretty good, but there's something that has happened that has really shaken me. There's a woman in his office who is a few years younger, and she apparently got her job because she used to fool around with the boss who is older. One of the other wives filled me in on the story when my husband got his job there. I have seen her at events and she is flirty, and I have told him I do not like her and I do not like her and to stay away from her. He has said before, there is no proof that story is true, and she is very nice. I have made it clear I do not like her. Well, now I find out that she recently had a small accident with her car, and she called him for help. And not only did he go help her, he gave her a ride home. He didn't tell me about it. I saw an email from her to him on his computer thanking him for helping her and saying she wants to buy him lunch one day as a thank you. I am livid. And when confronted, he asked what he was supposed to do because it was during the workday. She is a coworker who needed help, and he didn't know what else to do. I said he could have sent someone else to help her, and he, all caps, never should have been in a car with her alone because he knows how I feel about her. I told my friend about this, and she said I am 100% right, and this has now been lingering for days. He is now mad at me that I am mad at him. I am still furious because he knows how I feel about her, but he says I am being unfair and acting crazy. I know he didn't cheat with her, but this is how things start. Am I right to be upset?
I don't think this is how the cheating starts. But she does have a right to be put out with him, I think.
Because
he knew that his wife didn't want him alone with that woman and helping that woman and all of that. So the least he could have done was call his wife and say, be on the phone with me. Here I go. I'm going to try to help her because nobody could help her during the workday, and let his wife be in on it. But having to find an email about let's go to lunch looks a little bad.
So at the Ace TJ show, who's right? Is he okay? Did he do something wrong? Did he not do something wrong? What are your thoughts? So we'll get your reaction to group therapy coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ show.
We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies. And, Richard, people have credit card bills, and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. Use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money, and it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
And we're off to the races. Today's group therapy. Long story short, there's a lady who DM'd us about a situation with her husband. He has a female coworker. This woman does not like the female coworker. There's a story that she got her job because she used to fool around with the boss, who's older. But her husband says there's absolutely no proof that is true or not. But this woman has told her husband, I don't like her. Stay away from her. Well, recently, she was in a car accident during the day. He went and helped her out and gave her a ride home. And the woman is now livid. And the husband is saying, now he's mad at her. Like, I didn't do anything. She's a coworker. What was I supposed to do? So who's right, who's wrong? Well, like I said, we are off to the races.
Well, maybe he could have taken somebody else with him. You know.
There's an idea. Lacey said, to me, this is blatant disrespect. But that's on your husband, not this woman. I'm not saying she's innocent by any means, but the problem lies with him, which I'm sure you know. Then it goes on to talk more about it. And Melanie said, yes, he should have told her to call AAA. He compounded the situation by also lying. There's a much deeper problem here. Did he lie? Or did he just not tell his wife he picked up a coworker and dropped her off at her house? What we going? Yeah. Come on, did he lie? I don't know.
Right, and we don't know the pattern of his wife being unreasonable before this. You know,
Amy said
he may have been afraid.
Amy said, if you can't trust him, you shouldn't be married to him. I am so glad that I'm secure in my relationship enough that I can trust my husband around other women. Christine said, no. If you can't trust your spouse, then you shouldn't be together. The fact that you told him to stay away from her shows you don't trust or respect him.
Not now.
Marcella said, you call a male coworker to come help you with a task. Tell your husband, watch him flip. It's fair.
Yep. Turn the tables.
Jeffrey says, he should have told you. But I can see why he didn't. You are extremely insecure and untrusting. This has less about how she may be, because it's not proven, and more about your husband. As a guy, rest assured that we are not naive robots at the mercy of a woman on the make. If something were to happen, he would be the problem because he made that choice. Let me explain what made you upset and talk it out rationally.
Well, and we have to assume the woman is hot, right? Because the wife wouldn't be jealous of some
you got to assume she's attractive.
Yeah, the kind that could sleep her way into a job.
Yeah. Kim said, no. Why are you reading his work emails? He hid it from you because you're crazy.
Oh, who's in it?
Kim. Mm-hmm. And someone else said he hid it because he knows it was innocent, but his wife acts like this. Man. Wow, people are lobbing bombs today. So.
They're saying he's scared.
Yeah.
Well, ultimately, I think we can all agree he probably should have let his wife know something like, hey, she just called me, or hey, I'm going to help her. I just wanted you to know.
Yeah.
Or like TJ said, gotten somebody else to go with him. Like, hey, can you ride with me to go do this? Because it does look bad if he's in the car with her like that alone, knowing his wife's going to be mad at him.
Sure. They need to get a divorce.
Well, apparently a lot of people feel that way.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and we're talking about home improvement. That doesn't just mean, like, my wife thinks our home would improve if I left it. That's not what that means, is it?
Yeah, for Jody, that would probably help her out. But for everybody else, we need a sun deck, or they want a backyard kitchen. It's an easy phone call to 704-800-4719, or log on to homewithrichard.com.
Now, you've got the money in your home. Let Richard find it. HomeWithRichard.com. It's the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Big night tonight. Paytons Promise Experience is happening on our Facebook page live. But more importantly, if you're in the Cornelius, North Carolina area, you can join us live for the Paytons Promise Experience at Lost Worlds Brewing. We'll get there about 6 o'clock. Everything is underway at 7 o'clock. So come by, hang out, have a beer. We'll be done by 8, and you'll be out of there. It'll be a fun time, just everybody hanging out together. Me, TJ Riggins, we're going to be there live on our Facebook page. Our manager, Adam, is going to be there. He's going to be the cameraman, apparently, tonight, which I'm curious to see how this works. I get about it. So, yeah, we don't really know. This is, I don't know. This is the crapshoot.
Love it.
Let's see how this thing pans out.
The cameraman.
He's going to be my understanding is he's going to be the cameraman on our Facebook page. So using one phone, he's going to be like, moving, TJ talks, I'm going to move the phone to Riggins. And then I'm going to pull back so everybody can see everybody, and I'll get the room.
Well,
I don't know. It's very confusing.
To make things easier, I will volunteer to not talk.
You're just sit there for a couple hours?
No, I mean, when it comes to that portion of the evening, then I'll just excuse myself.
It's for the greater good.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Sorry.
That's
Sorry.
not even, I don't even joke with that phrase, Rob. That communist phrase.
Nothing is for the greater good.
My bad.
So you can watch it tonight, 7 Eastern, on the Ace and TJ Facebook page. It's at the Ace TJ Show on Facebook. Like and subscribe. Or just, please, we don't want to be sitting in a room, just the three of us, talking to ourselves. Come hang out and have a beer with us tonight.
I mean, that's
please.
what we do every day.
Listen, please. Yeah, we can do that here. So here's how my day started. What started last night with a baby that's not sleeping, driving me crazy. And at 11 o'clock, I'm rocking this baby. Finally got it down about 11:15. He woke up again at 1:45 crying, again, mad, which woke me up again because I went and got slept in the other room. So just to get the baby to sleep so Amanda could get some sleep. She went into our bedroom, whatever. And then I got a text this morning from Tech D Rob, which I get a text from Tech D Rob every morning about the same time. And I heard my phone go off, and I looked at it, and I said, oh, man, Rob is on it today. He must be up early or something. Maybe he can't sleep because he's texting me, and it's way earlier than normal. I haven't heard my alarm yet. Then I looked at my phone and went, oh, no, it's the same time he normally texts me. I've overslept by an hour and 20 minutes.
No.
Hell yeah, you got an extra hour?
Oh, no.
I did. But I'm exhausted because then you jump up and run in and like brush my teeth, get my clothes on, throw on a hat, take off. And luckily, it's literally 60, 90 seconds away I live by car. And I rushed up here and get my stuff here.
Oh, by car, you say?
Yeah, you know.
By car.
Not plane.
By rickshaw. It's
Right.
about 120.
It would take more time. If 20 minutes by rickshaw, 90 seconds by car.
Subway doesn't even run this early. But
It's like I rushed up here, and now it's like, I had the same thought that Rob just said. I slept an extra hour, but I didn't even get to sleep until around midnight to begin with. Anyway, 11:45. But now I feel like just that rush to get up here. I'm exhausted today. Just kind of like, oh man, that just sucks the life out of you when you do that. I hadn't done that in it's been a long time since I overslept like that.
Get that baby on whatever Rob takes. All that, trazzed up.
the more I hear about it, the more I'm starting to think that baby's a big jerk.
Yeah,
there is.
He's really
a real
jerk.
He's a real jerk.
The hottest trending topics. Riggins are now trending. Coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies. And, Richard, people have credit card bills, and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. Use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money, and it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Currence is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currence brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currence now at lncurrence.com.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
So there's a story out today that Democrats are looking to replace Joe Biden and that they're going to enlist the help of Taylor Swift to find his replacement, which I think is a good idea.
This is a pretty wild story, though. First off, there's no proof that this is true, but it's kind of so crazy. It might be true.
Yeah,
I
think so.
Like one of those things you go, well, that's not true. Then you think about it and go, well, maybe it is. That apparently these big donors are going to pick 6 people, and then once a week, very powerful, influential media figures are going to host forums in their homes. Michelle Obama's one. Oprah Winfrey is one, and Taylor Swift is one of the people that's been mentioned.
I love it. I think it should be like the Hunger Games. Make it a show. Yeah. if you're going to find somebody to replace him with, let Taylor Swift and Oprah do it. But I think it's a great idea.
Nothing about that story is apparently none of it's been proven to be true.
No, I wouldn't imagine. But it is fun to talk about.
It is fun.
Alec Baldwin's
I wish I
manslaughter.
could.
Yeah, I know you're not allowed to talk about it.
No. I might say something conservative.
TJ has been banned. Today is the first day of Alec Baldwin's manslaughter trial. So this all relates to that shooting death of the Elena Hutchins, who was was she the principal photographer on the set, I believe, or just a producer?
I'm not sure I forgot what her job was exactly.
Well, he fired a gun and it killed her. And he originally said he never pulled the trigger on it, although experts say that gun couldn't have fired without the trigger being pulled. And the master armorer who was on set is already in prison, and she is set to testify against Alec Baldwin, I believe. So it's a bit of a mess. And Alec Baldwin's got like 10 little kids at home with his latest wife. Yeah, it's a tough situation.
But I keep thinking about the same thing. Even if he did pull the trigger, he didn't think. He had no indication. He had no reason to believe there was an actual bullet or something would fly out of there, and it was clearly was an accident. Maybe that's what manslaughter is for.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's for. I believe
it's a terrible. It's a terrible situation all the way around. I mean, I'm not a
negligence.
I'm not an Alec Baldwin fan, but clearly he didn't intend for this to happen. It's terrible.
Yeah. And then I think the craziest story of the day is Elton John going into a shoe store in France with his security and peeing in a bottle because he didn't have access to a restroom. And I don't know, Elton John's in his 70s, and the owner of the store or somebody said that Elton John peed in the bottle and then actually peed a little bit on the floor. It was cleaned up, but there were shoppers around, other, just random people.
Well, and to be fair, he did have his security clean it up off the floor.
Yeah.
So he didn't leave it for them to clean it.
Yeah.
I wonder how much security could have gotten for that rag.
The pee rag?
Yeah, it has Elton John's Dinah on it.
Ugh. If you're such an Elton John freak fan that you'd buy a pee rag,
But
that is so gross.
The best part of the story to me is still when the guy asked him what he did for a living, and Elton John's response was, quote, "I'm Elton John," end quote.
Sounds like somebody who would pee in a bottle around a bunch of random people. I'm Elton John. Yeah, and you just peed on the floor. Yeah. So relax. But those are just a few things that are now trending.
This is one of the sickest stories I've heard in a while. And there is plenty of blame to go around, not just blame for the person that's featured in the news article in his mugshot. So we'll tell you the story and just basically make you thankful you're not an idiot like this. Coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Catrin to help, because Catrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Catrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Catrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Catrin.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
All right, we are anxiously awaiting the big Ace and TJ Paytons Promise Experience. Gets kicked off at 6 Eastern. For those of you listening in China, that's 6 Eastern in U.S. America.
Don't miss it.
At Lost World Brewing in Cornelius, and we'll be on Facebook Live starting at 7, doing a bunch of stuff. So you can come hang out with us if you live in the area. If you don't, you can watch it live all over the world, as everybody in the world will be doing on the Facebook Live. Just to be upfront with you, this story is not funny in the least, and I'm not going to try to make it funny. So if it seems a little awkward because we're not being funny, that's because this is not a funny story. It's a 31-year-old man in Florida who's been arrested because he dangled a little boy off the second-story balcony and then dropped him on his head in order to, quote, scare him a little bit, end quote.
He dropped him.
Yeah. Here's the way it went down. This guy's hanging at the pool, and he met the little boy's mom. And they, I guess, struck up a conversation at this Daytona Beach resort where they were. And they hit it off, and the mom said, hey, I'm going to go take a shower. Will you watch him? Right.
What?
So the witnesses say that they saw him holding the boy by his feet over the second-story balcony and then letting him go. And then they heard the kid screaming. The woman who saw it picked up the boy and took him back to her room, called the authorities, and the ambulance came and took him. He had signs of blunt trauma to his head and his shoulders and stuff. They don't have an update on what his condition is now. He could be completely fine now. But, what kind of mom just meets some dude at the pool in Daytona and says, will you watch my young son while I go take a shower?
A terrible mom.
And then you got this psycho, if this turns out to be true, if he's found guilty of all this, of what the witnesses say they witnessed. But he did turn himself in, I believe. And he admitted to doing that. He just wanted to scare him a little bit. Said he told the boy's mom, hey, I'm gonna take him outside and play with him and scare him a little bit. But surely we assume the mom didn't know that meant dropping him on his head off the second floor.
Good Lord.
So you'll probably be seeing that story all around.
Yikes.
For the rest of the day. And or maybe you've already seen it, but from now on, when somebody talks about it, you'll say, hey, Ace and TJ were talking about that, and they did a great job of reporting it. That's what you'll say now. That this scumbag needs to be held by his ankles, Michael Jackson style, Vanilla Ice style, and dropped on his head.
Dropped on his head.
Dropped on his head onto the mom, waiting down below to catch him.
Who deserves a lot of blame in this as well.
But not as much as he does.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and we're talking about home improvement. That doesn't just mean, like, my wife thinks our home would improve if I left it. That's not what that means, is it?
Yeah, for Jody, that would probably help her out. But for everybody else, we need a sun deck, or they want a backyard kitchen. It's an easy phone call to 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
Now, you've got the money in your home. Let Richard find it. HomeWithRichard.com. It's the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good?
Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate
and years of research,
we've decided great furniture
is good fitting
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
People always talk about how polite Canadians are. You know, you always see them portrayed that way. In movies and on TV and all the polite Canadians, but they also say in the United States, the Midwesterners are the most polite. You know, your Minnesota people, your rural Illinois and Wisconsin and all of that. So they've done a study, and they polled 2,000 Midwesterners to find out just how polite they are. But these questions could apply to you no matter where you're from. Now, if you're from New York, or, you know, Los Angeles, or, you know, one of the bigger cities like that, we know you're rude. So you're not gonna, you're not rude compared to other New Yorkers, but you're rude to normal people. Normal people would think you're rude by normal people civil standards. Okay. Number one, apologizing when you've done nothing wrong. I do that. but not in the fact that I say, "Oh, you're accusing me of something I didn't do." Well, I'm sorry. Not like that. But if somebody calls and you go, "Hey, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number." Yeah. Why do you apologize? Because somebody else has the wrong number.
Riggins does it all the time. Yeah. If you're going out the door and he's coming in and you have no way of knowing he's there and you open the door and he's standing there, he'll go, "Oh, I'm sorry." Yeah, and I always say every time, "No need to be sorry."
Yeah, that's because he's got that Midwestern blood in
those
him.
Midwestern roots.
It's just not, and it's not even like, I don't know. It's just sort of like
it's
a
way
habit.
to say excuse me.
Yeah, I guess.
I do the same thing sometimes. "Oh, sorry about that." It's kind of. I didn't mean to be in your way. Kind of.
Yeah.
I wave to people I don't know. I do that all the time.
I do that all the time.
What?
Yeah, if you pass somebody walking or whatever, and you kind of wave at them, or somebody's crossing in front of you on the crosswalk or in a parking lot, you wave at them. Yeah. Hold doors for strangers.
Yep, all the time.
Yeah.
You do that, Rob?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I know.
What do you do? You just stand on it a little bit longer so they can walk through before you stand on the little sensor. Take a share. This says bring, but it's take. Take a shared dish to a party. Yeah, I mean, you do that if you're supposed to. Smile at strangers. I do that all the time.
All the time.
Constantly. I'm a grinning idiot to strangers. Tip well. 59% of the Midwesterners say that they tip well. Help a neighbor out with a chore. Now, I guess that means if you see the neighbor he's out doing something, you just go over automatically and help him do that. Now, I don't do that, but if they ask me, I would gladly
lend
go
a hand.
help. Yeah.
If they seem to be struggling with something, you run over. "Hey, you need a hand put that in the truck," or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
If somebody's raking leaves, I'm not going to grab my rake. I'm like, "Hey, you need any help?"
No, I'm not going to do that either.
I mean, there's a line to these things.
Yeah, I'm not going to go in and see if they need help cleaning their toilet.
Right.
Give a stranger directions. Of course, somebody asks for directions.
Sure.
Then they have obey the speed limit. That's not a polite
being
thing
nice.
or whatever.
I'm in a hurry.
Yeah.
I'm polite, but I'm in a rush.
Wow.
But Southerners used to be considered polite. Like everybody goes, they're too polite in the South. But I think we've gotten a reputation for being sarcastically polite.
Yes.
Because they don't know that there are different ways to use "bless your heart." Sometimes it's a really nice sentiment, but they don't get that.
Right. And people have played up the fact that they're kind of backhanded when they say it.
Yeah. That's rude.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies. And, Richard, people have credit card bills and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. Use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money. And it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So this is one of those stories where, you ought to always talk about how sweet Riggins is and all. But this is one of those situations where most of the time he thinks that it's, what did you expect? You get what you deserve kind of thing. There's a woman who lives in Great Britain who got scammed thinking that she was talking to Kevin Costner. Gave him $250.
She gave him $250.
Yeah,
What's
something
Kevin
about being
Costner?
he told her to be an official, fan club member or whatever. You need $250
Because Kevin Costner is out running his own fan club.
For $250.
Am I supposed to laugh at that? I mean, come on.
Yeah, $250 didn't kill her. I mean, it wasn't her life savings or anything.
Could have been though.
$250.
And then this story with I think a happy ending. There was a guy who tried to carjack a woman. She was in her parked car in the parking lot of a store, and he tried to carjack her, and she let him know right away that he wasn't going to do that because she was driving her weapon of choice.
Oh, she hit him with the car?
Yeah.
Yes. I love that.
So that the police say the attack appears unprovoked and the involved parties are not believed to have known each other. While the investigation remains active, there are currently no charges pending because, they got security footage from the parking lot and all that stuff. So, yeah.
So how do you envision it happening? He jumped in front of the car? Like, hey, stop, or he had a gun, or like he jumped in front of the car and she just floors it and hits him?
Or she was just, I guess, it was almost like I picture her waiting for somebody to come out of the store, and she's sitting in the parking lot, and he could have come up to her window and pointed a gun and said, open the door, whatever. Wow. And they called it an attack.
Yeah.
So basically she, said, not today.
Yeah.
Doink.
Yeah.
I want to envision him in front of the car, so she hits him. He takes the full force of the vehicle, like right to the kneecap. Bam! That's what I want.
Man.
I want him to, get his legs broken or something. He deserves that.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I want to see the footage of it.
I know.
Yeah.
Feel the same way.
Isn't it amazing how sometimes you'll see an accident or a fight or something like that, and you can think, oh, that's terrible. I don't want to see that. But then when you know the story, and the person who gets injured deserved it, you're like, I'm totally good watching this now. You know what I mean?
My favorite thing to watch on the X.
Yeah. If you just know that the person that got injured is the one that deserved it, it makes it so much easier to watch.
Sure. The bully gets it kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't want to watch violence, but if I know the bully's about to get knocked out, I want to watch that.
Yeah, or when somebody's pulling a gun on an old person on the street, and the old person flips out and beats the crap out of them, unexpectedly. That's fun. Yeah, I mean that's what we do on Christmas Eve at my house. We watch nothing but those videos.
Just pass them around.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Catrin. Catrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Catrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Catrin. If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
I know robots freak you guys out, but you've seen those robot dogs that are kind of everywhere now. You see them popping up in different businesses and things like that. But the researchers in China are training these robot dogs to act as guide dogs for blind people. So that's a good way to use the robot dog, right?
No, it's not.
Test them out on blind people?
No.
Why not?
There's two things I don't trust together.
Blind
Chinese
people?
government and the Chinese government and robots. I think you don't want they're up to something.
Why should the blind people suffer?
They shouldn't. Let's use real dogs.
Yeah, why are you putting real dogs out of work?
They don't want to be walking around that.
Sure they do. They love that stuff. The real dogs love that, and they're great companions, and it's a wonderful scenario for both the dog and the human.
But the positive thing, though, about the robot is that if the dog doesn't do exactly what it's supposed to do, you can kick the crap out of it.
Very true. Very true.
You can't do that with a real dog anymore.
Well, again, that's a combination of two things I don't trust. Chinese government and robots.
I didn't think about that idea. Yeah. But you could just kind of hit it and not get any goofy looks from people.
You probably still get reported, though. He kicked his robot dog. It's cruel.
Yeah. A lot of people feel bad for inanimate objects now.
Yeah, those people are called crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Target announced yesterday that they are no longer going to be taking personal checks. Said it's part of streamlining the checkout process, and this is not years down the line. July 15th, no more checks when you make a purchase at Target.
I wonder how many they get though.
They said not a lot.
Right.
I was wondering the same thing.
It's not going to affect many people.
It's not going to affect many people, but maybe your grandmother, who's 80 years old, who I kind of feel bad for. If she likes paying for a check, she's probably not going to go to Target anymore. That's terrible. And then the Alec Baldwin trial kicks off today. Manslaughter charges in New Mexico, heightened security around the courthouse for the death of Elena Hutchins. So this is ongoing. We will keep you updated in case anything breaks. And those are just a few things that are now trending.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and we're talking about home improvement. That doesn't just mean, like, my wife thinks our home would improve if I left it. That's not what that means, is it?
Yeah, for Jody, that would probably help her out. But for everybody else, we need a sun deck or they want a backyard kitchen. It's an easy phone call to 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
Now, you've got the money in your home. Let Richard find it. HomeWithRichard.com. It's the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, you know, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Today is National Cow Appreciation Day. Appreciate the cows. You know, not all cattle are cows.
How's that?
I don't know. I just read it on the internet. That could be totally false. But
I'm still thrown by the fact that we're having Cow Appreciation Day.
Well, cows kind of
they're so vital.
They are very vital, but a lot of people say they're hurting the planet, you know.
Those people
the
are
farts.
How do you appreciate the cow? Like, the cow doesn't know? What do you, I mean?
Well, yeah, I don't know if you go thank
dumb.
them. I don't know if you thank the cows.
I got a jump on it. So last night I did steaks for the family.
Oh,
did you?
I appreciated it too.
Oh, absolutely. Love some meat and potatoes.
Savored every bite.
I think that's a way to appreciate the cow. If you eat the cow and you love eating it, I think that's totally valid.
As often as possible.
Absolutely. Love it. But yeah,
I like milk.
Love milk.
Love milk.
And the people that raise the dairy cows and stuff, I know that's hard work, honest labor, and they keep the country moving.
I don't know.
Cowskin cowboy boots, man. Good luck sometimes.
Yeah, right.
I love
Cowskin.
that.
Yeah. But I also learned that cows are like super dangerous.
I was joking about the dairy people not being honest. That was a sarcasm joke.
We've got a very upset dairy farmer out there.
You don't need that.
Hey, it's not me. But yeah, I learned a couple months ago that cows kill more people in the United States than any other land animal. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I think so.
They're very dangerous. A lot of farmers, a lot of people working on farms and things like that. So what seems safe, but is actually absolutely deadly? Like, I know I've heard horror stories about common items that injure people. But cows, they're fluffy, they're cute. Everybody loves cows, but they could probably kill you. They most likely will. If you ever have an experience with a cow, it's like 90% chance you're going to die.
But what seems safe, but is actually
very deadly.
Very deadly.
It can be anything. At the Ace TJ Show, the more creative, the better. At the Ace TJ Show, we'll get your answers next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies, and you know, Richard, people have credit card bills, and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. Use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money, and it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
All right, so what seems safe, but it can kill you? Today's National Cow Appreciation Day, and I think cows are one of the deadliest animals in the country. They just like trample people, and they know how to use a knife.
Yeah.
They're really scary. But I'll never forget when I watched my brother's cat for those 6 months. That thing would stalk me, and the vet told me, he's like, you got to understand, when you turn your back and that cat starts following you, that cat does not see you as an equal or as an owner. That cat sees you as prey. And given the chance, that cat would kill you. Now, it's highly unlikely. It's so small you could kick it, but that cat is stalking you as if it wants to eat you. And it made me look at that cat totally different. I'm like, I'll never get a cat.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because my dog doesn't look at me like, there's my next meal.
Your dog follows you because it wants you to sit down so it can curl up next to you and get love.
Yeah, like be a companion, and a cat doesn't see you like that. So it kind of made me look at him different. But what seems safe but can actually kill you? At the Ace TJ show, if you've got a great one, a woman named Lee said, the ocean. But I'm terrified of the ocean, so that doesn't seem safe to me at all.
Never seems safe to me. What about barbecue ribs?
Barbecue ribs?
Mm-hmm. When you're driving.
Oh,
well, that's first off. You shouldn't be having barbecue ribs while you're driving.
Still, it seems like it would be safe and delicious.
That is true. I learned something crazy about the grill. They said, you know how many injuries people get from grill brushes because they're cleaning off their grill, and those needles come off and they get stuck in your throat, and it's a whole thing. Oh. Terrifying. Yeah.
Is that for real?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they've been saying.
I never heard that. I don't know.
Yeah. Sue Ellen said dating sites. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
You're looking for love, but that could also end terribly. The standard American diet, said John. Yeah, well, that is probably true. After that Kit Kat donut we learned about from Krispy Kreme yesterday. Alcohol, childbirth. I know childbirth is a bad one. A lot of people die during childbirth. And then Jody said redheads. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Although, if there's one person that's likely to kill somebody else, it is the redhead in this room right now.
You had to pick one on the show.
Just kidding. Ace isn't going to kill anybody.
I'm not. But, I mean, I understand the likely. If somebody said who would be most likely,
yeah,
it would fall on me.
Probably. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
More next.
This is the Ace and TJ show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Catrin. Catrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Catrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Catrin.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
You know the hot flavor for 2025, TJ?
Is it hot honey?
Orange cream.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
They said you're seeing it in products now during the summer of 2024, but they say next year it's going to be even bigger.
Good.
Orange cream, everything. Which I'm okay with. I'm not crazy about creamsicle and stuff like that.
It's my favorite.
They have a new Coffee Mate Duo. It's flavored like orange cream. So if you want your coffee to taste like orange cream,
I like for my coffee to taste like coffee.
I agree with you. Tonight, oh wait, can I even do this? I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, at this point, it would be about to start. This will be like 5 minutes before it starts.
Okay.
So no, we probably should not mention it here.
No?
No, I wouldn't think so, because how would you be on the air and then there? We'll start over.
I don't have anything else. Anybody else got something? I don't have anything.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So Riggins had the good news that the flavor of the year for this year and next year will be orange cream. Now, would that be one flavor or two? There'll be two flavors together. Orange and cream, making one flavor.
They're using it as a flavor. They said the flavor of 2025 is orange cream,
which I love. I absolutely love that.
So they've already determined the flavor of 2025
and the color.
Yeah,
like the color of the year,
because of the momentum heading from the second part of the year on.
So, like what? Give me an example of like orange cream. Like what? What are we like?
Creamsicle, orange
creamsicle,
orange.
Yeah. All right.
Arby's has a orange cream shake. It's delicious.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then I think Jack in the Box has a rattle and roll as well, so that goes with the Arby's shake.
Okay.
We have a rattle and roll.
Is it cream spelled CREME or is it CREAM?
I think it varies.
Which one's the American way?
CREAM.
Mm-hmm. Because the other one's usually creme,
like creme brulee.
Like it's not cream brulee, which a lot of people make that mistake. It's creme brulee.
Some dirt bags might make that mistake.
But if creme brulee, that's the one you light on fire, right?
Well, no, that's Bananas Foster.
Bananas Foster, okay.
The creme brulee, you toast the sugar with a blowtorch.
Right there. Okay. There's fire involved.
There's something.
Well, in all cooking, actually.
Well, I meant like when it's on the table.
I got the same thing.
I know there's fire involved.
I got some greens. There was fire involved.
I heard somebody say the other day, they were like, sometimes when I'm not getting enough attention from my boyfriend, I'll order fajitas at the restaurant. And a lot of women were like, I do this too. If I'm feeling like just a little down, I get, because like all the attention comes to you.
But from the boyfriend or just in general?
Just
they
in general.
need attention.
Yeah.
Wow.
If they're feeling like a little neglected, they'll order the fajitas. I went, that is a crazy way of thinking.
It certainly is.
Because then all eyes are on you. Like it doesn't even matter.
That's wild.
I know.
Evil eyes are on you.
Yeah,
people don't like that smell.
Do you want the kind of attention when you're sitting at a table and she says, I'm going to have the fajitas, knowing that he's going, damn, fajitas?
Yeah. Why don't, if you want attention, why don't you just pass gas loudly in the restaurant? It's the same effect. You get attention and it stinks.
It's the Ace and TJ Show.
Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. ACJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money-can't-buy experiences. Win it all with ACJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with ACJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play ACJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.